Hi, I'm Jill Chivers from Shop Your Wardrobe.
And I'm Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style. So, you may have read about the concept that I have on the blog called Make It an 8 or more, which basically means anything that is in your wardrobe or is going to come into your wardrobe, you would rate as an 8, 9 or 10 on the fabulous scale. And that is because if you think about 80% is good, 70% it's not bad, but do you really want things that are only a 70 or a 60% in your wardrobe? If it's less than that. And it makes decisions easier. It really does. It makes decisions where if you look at it and you go, if I wouldn't rate this an 8, 9 or 10, if I want 90% or 100%. I don't want, and I often think even with an 8 you might go, how does it become a 100%? Maybe it's I just need to take the cuffs up. Or I need to take the hem up and that'll be 100%. But if it needs a lot more work than that, then does it really deserve its place? Because when we want to put our style together, if we don't really love it to start with, then it's never going to make that kind of fabulous outfit. Now, of course, we might go, it's a pair of jeans and it's fairly plain and it's not that exciting, but for a pair of jeans that's plain, that's not hugely exciting, do they fit really well? Are they comfortable? Like, what are the criteria that get you to an 8? Like, for me, that, you know, fit and comfort are very high on my criteria for something like that.
And I certainly meet a lot of women through my blog who have a lot of clothes. And this whole frustration around how can I have so many clothes but feel I have nothing to wear? And the answer is because there's nothing you love to wear. Not that there's nothing to wear. It's there's nothing you love to wear. And part of that love is around I've bought stuff that is less than an 8. I bought stuff that doesn't make my heart sing. There can be other things as well. I bought stuff that just doesn't coordinate, so I ended up with a bunch of fabulous orphans, but it doesn't coordinate together. But when you build a wardrobe of just okay, nothing ever really calls you. So you get bored with your wardrobe a lot quicker. You get this sense of frustration of, why can I not get excited when I have all of these choices, but none of them appeal to you? And getting dressed should be fun. And if there's no real difference in terms of overall effort and cost to buying something that you love and something that's just okay, why wouldn't you go with the 8 or the more?
And there is, you know, there's a lot of research that shows that when we own something, it's harder to get rid of. Because we put more value on it once we own it. So this is why you don't want things coming into your life that you don't love, because the minute you own it, it's actually going to be a little harder to get rid of for most of us. There's the occasional person who's very good at culling things. But most of us, there's a lot of research, this, you know, where it's the I own it, therefore it's got more value. And so then you go, well, I've spent all this money on stuff that's not great, but it doesn't make me feel great in the way that I wanted it to. Because there's that moment in the stores, and I know Jill goes into a lot of this sort of stuff, where the psychology of buying happens. Where we get that buzz and that excitement, and I've got this new thing, and we get it home and it sits in a bag and it gets tossed at the back of the wardrobe. And because it's not actually something you really love. And I think, and I know Brenda Kinsel's talked about this, about going, I want to buy things that the minute I get them home, I'm excited to wear. Like, I want to put them on straight away. And if I have a client just going, I actually had one, we were out shopping, and she said, you know, I'm going to swap my blouse. I've got to go to a meeting after this, and I'm going to wear this new blouse I've just bought. You go, that is a win, because she loved it so much. She went, I'm going to feel even better in this meeting I'm going to than what I was wearing.
And I think there are a lot of women who their wardrobes are full of stuff that if they had the chance to replace them, they would replace an awful lot of things that they have. And a question that's good when you're doing wardrobing, because there's two elements here. One is shopping and new stuff you're bringing in. The other is wardrobing what you already have. And a really interesting question is, would I buy this again? If I didn't already own this, would I buy it again? And that can be really helpful when we're going through transition and we're looking to have our wardrobe reflect who we are in the moment now and our lives as they really are. And if the answer is I wouldn't buy it again, or it doesn't fit who I am right now, then that's a really good item to put on probation, or if possible to let go of if you wouldn't buy it again. So your wardrobe isn't full of stuff that it's there and I feel all this pressure and all the effort and energy is going to go into letting go of it, so I'm just stuck with all this stuff I don't really like.
And it's that sort of thing too where you think about, would I buy it again? And if the answer is no, why?
Yeah. Yes.
What is the reason it doesn't make that 8?
Yes.
Because if you can go,
Absolutely.
you know, "Oh, well, it doesn't fit well." You go, okay, well, fit is something I need to take more conscious notice of.
Yeah.
Or can I change the fit?
Yeah.
Maybe it just needs a small change and then I would buy it again.
Yeah.
Or is it I wouldn't buy it again because the style is just out, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's where we're learning about your style and learning what
Yes.
suits your personality and who you are could be something that is really valuable and is actually going to save you a fortune over time.
That is so valuable. One of the things I wrote a blog post about was about art appreciation, and there's 2 elements to it. One is recognizing things that you do and you don't like, but that's not enough. It's insufficient, necessary but insufficient. You need to understand why. You need to understand the rationale, the reasoning, the criteria, and that informs you. It informs your eye and it grows you as an art appreciator. And how that's related to style is we become our own art critics. We become our own curators of our style and our wardrobe. And to know that information just saves us so much time. We don't make those same kind of mistakes, and we start to create a wardrobe that we truly love, and it's full of 8s, 9s and 10s, and then 8 becomes the low score.
Yeah. The 8 becomes the should I really get it if it's only an 8.
Yeah.
You know, you want to make the decision easy.
Yeah.
And I think in life, you know, we've got so many decisions, we've got so much choice.
Yeah.
And one of the things, there's research that shows that choice actually makes life harder.
Yeah.
And we have all this choice. So with all that choice out there, when you are deciding, should I bring this home? Should this earn its place in my wardrobe?
Yes.
That if you put a criteria, like a really strict criteria on it, that it's got to be an 8, 9 or 10, and that's about the fit and the comfort and the colour and the way it looks and how it makes me feel and all those sorts of things, that then it's either, if it's not great, it does not come in.
Yeah.
And it's an easy decision. It's a quick and easy decision rather than going, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? Like we've all had that, haven't we?
Yeah. And you've systemised it. For those of us who do feel the call of them all, that is so important, because what it does is it makes no easier.
Yes.
For those of us who have overshopped, no can be very difficult.
Yes.
This fear of missing out, and it's just so fabulous, and the whole mental machinations about I'll never see another yellow handbag as fabulous as this, even though if you were to apply those criteria, it actually doesn't meet very many of them, or if it did, its score is very low. To have something that allows you to say no easily is a gift. It is a huge gift, because that's what trips us up when we shop too much, is our inability to say no.
Yes. Yeah. And so this is where I think, you know, working out what your criteria are.
Yeah.
How something becomes an 8, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
It's got to be, you know, darn near perfect.
Yeah.
You know, no such thing as perfect, but it's got to be great, because if it's not, if you're not feeling it, if you're not loving it, and if it's not comfortable, and if it, you know, all those sorts of things, if it's not you.
Yeah.
And you today, not you last week, last year, and another time.
Or for some of us, it's the future me.
A future you
know,
which it's got to be you now that you can wear it today. That there's no point in ever buying stuff that does not fit you. When I was pregnant, I bought a jacket, and I thought, you know, when I'm not pregnant, this will be fabulous.
Yes.
Because of course I couldn't get it done up because I had a big pregnant belly. Of course, when I tried it on when I was pregnant, I didn't notice that the collar was very low.
Right.
Because the way my belly pushed it out, that stopped being kind of an obvious feature.
Right.
Kind of moved it up in a way.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I'm not pregnant, and I went, oh great, I can wear that. And I put it on and I went, what was I thinking?
Yeah, that just so doesn't
this
work.
Really low collar, suddenly it's on my boobs, and my boobs are now the focus.
Yeah.
Which, of course, I didn't want my boobs to be the focus.
Yeah.
And so I would like, you just don't buy things that don't fit you today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't know when you are a different size if they're actually going to look any good.
Yeah.
Because you're not putting that body, that future body you don't have. So you don't know if it's actually going to fit this garment.
Yeah. And for me, sometimes where I still get tripped up, I don't make the buying decisions quite as often, but I still get tripped up on this alternative life where I think I'm a movie director in San Francisco. I think that's what I'm doing, because that's the clothes I seem to be buying for this sort of fantasy, mythical, potential future me, which I have no plans to be any of those things living in San Francisco or a movie director. And I know it sounds kind of crazy, but for some of us who overshop, we get caught up in this alternative version of of a future that may never eventuate.
When I'm thinner, younger.
Yeah, and what we do is we deny the present. That's what we
Yes.
do with that. We deny what's happening now, and we deny the essential beauty of our current bodies and our current selves, and we just cut off so many opportunities to be joyful and fully fulfilled in this moment.
Yeah.
And I mean, talk about a way of denying life. That's no way to dress, and it's no way to approach life, and it's just so liberating to say, I'm just going to choose things that are innate and fit who I am
Yes.
right now.
Yeah. So, this is why make it an 8,
Yeah.
9, a 10,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think you'll be much happier with your wardrobe.
Yeah. So to me, the applications are around incoming, shopping, anything new that you're
Yeah.
considering bringing in, which is a big thing. But wardrobing is another
Absolutely,
huge application
Does
for
it
this.
still earn
Absolutely.
its place?
And I will do this sometimes on a daily basis with things that are in the probation period. At the end of the day, it will be, well, how did this make me feel? And if it doesn't fit that,
Yeah.
it goes out. I wash it and then off to the
Straight.
charity store.
Yeah.
Straight away, it goes
Yes.
out. So we'd be interested in your views on that in wardrobing and in shopping.
And if you've been using the Make It an 8, how has that been working for you? We'd love to know.
Yeah.